Hi, this is Jim Janossy, and welcome to the final chapter in the Gombrich textbook that we cover in GPH 205. This is called Permanent Revolution. This covers the 1800s, beginning with a look at some very conservative artwork by an artist named Ingres. And the artwork is very fine, very controlled lighting, very fine brushwork. Already at the time that Ingres was active in the early 1800s, there were artists who really didn't care for the very conservative bent of the Academy that was the official training school for artists in France at the time. The Academy had taken over for the kind of apprenticeship that artists used to serve by grinding colors for a master and then learning how to paint. The Academy had become the school that inculcated classical ideas in artists and led them to believe that certain subject matters such as ancient myths and religious themes and ancient Greek and Roman types of architecture were the only things worthy of being painted for things that would be called art. The other artists felt that colors could be used in different ways, that paintings could be composed a different way, that brushstrokes could be done differently than the Academy had specified. And since the Academy controlled the exhibition of art of contemporary artists, the blessing of the Academy for the placement of your art in the exhibition, called the Salon, was crucial to an artist being able to make a living. If his paintings were not accepted by the Academy for the official exhibition, then the art buying community was not interested in his art. So this caused a real tension against the backdrop of a lot of political turmoil in France and in Europe in the 1800s. I think the development of photography was a catalyst to some of this thinking as well, because in 1839, when it became possible to create a picture mechanically, even though the process was dangerous and crude, it was improved very quickly. At that point, I think the idea that only classical types of subject matter and highly detailed paintings, I think that idea started to wear thin because the camera was competing with that. And we see by the 1860s that the rebellion in the artistic community reaches such a fervor that the artists who are refused their paintings in the official exhibition stage their own exhibition. And it's eventually recognized by the government and their paintings are exhibited. And it turns out that this new style of painting called Impressionism, that was a derogatory term to start with. It was as if this is just the man's impression of what this looks like. It isn't detailed, it's like a sketch. But it turned out to be refreshing. It was a different way to look at things. And it developed a real following. And it led to the development of a lot of other styles of art that would have been totally unknown and unaccepted by the art-loving public in the first half of the 1800s. So this is the final chapter that we'll take a look at. It leads up to the 1900s, which is really where the door opens to a lot of very strange types of modern and abstract art, which is beyond the scope of this course. But I think you'll find this chapter very interesting and a very fitting conclusion to this course.